Hi guys, I'm Michelle. I love working with oil pastel because they are vibrant, expressive, and honestly a lot of fun once you get the hang of it. When I first started, I struggled with blending and everything looked a little messy. So if you feel the same, don't worry, I'll break it down step by step. You don't need expensive supplies to get started. Here's what I recommend. For oil pastel, I'm using Munyo oil pastel 72 colors, but at the beginning I was started with Faber-Castell oil pastel, then I upgrade to Munyo 36 colors. I don't recommend the Faber-Castell brand, I recommend Munyo, which is a little bit more expensive than Faber-Castell but still affordable, and the quality is good too. For tours, I use cotton bud for blending most of the time, or even my finger for blending. And if you want to create more texture, you can prepare to pick too. For paper, look for thicker paper with a little texture, like sketchbook or pastel paper. I use 165 grams paper sketchbook in this video. Before this sketchbook, I was using 135 grams paper sketchbook, which was also fine in my experience. Now, let's try some basic techniques. I encourage you to follow along with me. How to use cotton bud to blend. Draw in light pressure with enough oil pastel, then use cotton bud to blend it out. It's good for setting up as base layers. I'll show you if you just draw it straight away without blending. It can create a rich, creamy texture like an oil pastel look, so it depends on what's your need. So these are two ways to blend, one with finger, another one with cotton bud. Different blending ways show the different look of your art. With finger, it can look more natural and softer compared to cotton bud, but hard to control the direction. With cotton bud, the cotton bud will take the color away a little bit, but more easier to control the direction, and it look more smoother. Also, the amount of oil pastel you put down on paper will affect the look for blending. Let me show you. So we start from apply only a little bit of oil pastel. More oil pastel on the second one. And the most on the third one. So let's blend with cotton bud. So as you can see, it's kinda hard to blend with such less oil pastel. So we move on to the second one. You can see it more easier to blend compared with the first one. So the more oil pastel you put on, the easier for you to blend. Make sure you put enough oil pastel to blend. So, how to blend with different colors? Pay attention to how I apply pressure to my oil pastel. Press your oil pastel hard, then slowly become light pressure. Make sure two colors overlay to each other, so it will more natural after blending. Add more oil pastel, especially at the middle part where we need to blend the two colors together. Then use cotton bud to blend it from the beginning and slowly to the middle. Then to the end and move to middle again. If the middle blending part look not like blending enough, you can keep adding oil pastel little by little after start blending if you feel it's not enough oil pastel. Many people make this blending mistake, which I'm going to show you right now. Two colors did not overlay too much and use the same pressure all the way, so this will make you hard to blend two colors together and you will see it have an obvious separation between two colors. Next, I show you how to create a smooth gradient. So there's two ways to do this. Usually we do with cotton bud. Later I'll show you without cotton bud. Now with cotton bud, from dark to light. So we do with orange color from the darkest. Also using the same blending method to mid-tones, then the lightest color. Then we start using the cotton bud, blending from the beginning, slowly until the end. Next, let's try from light to dark. also blending from the beginning to the end. So let me show you without using the cotton bud. You can see the mid-tone orange with the lightest orange look have a quite natural gradient. But when it comes to the darkest orange with the mid-tone orange, it have the obvious different color here. So what we're gonna do is adding more the mid-tones orange in this overlay part. If it look not quite natural yet, you can add more dark orange a little bit more. Then overlay again with the mid-tone orange. So you can see the difference of these two ways of making gradients. With the cotton bud, you can make it look more smooth. If you want to leave it with texture, you can go without the cotton bud. Let's move on to textures. There are so many ways to create textures. Let me show you the 4 examples. First one, I'm going to use this blue and white color, or you can use any two colors that are light and dark. So I'm applying the dark color, which is the blue, first as the base. Then I use a lighter color, which is white, to lightly paint above the blue. Just a very gentle soft light pressure so we can create the texture. I usually like to use this method when drawing lake, sea, or any watery surface. The second one is my most favorite texture. It will give you a dreamy, unique look. To make it look more dreamy, I'm going to use light purple and pink color. First, use either of the color to paint it with a very light pressure. Try to keep it in the same direction. Then use another color also with the same light pressure to paint around it. Then, this is the moment where magic happens. Use white color to paint lightly above it, but not fully cover up the colors, so you can still see the purple and pink underneath the white. I really love how this turned out. Give me a unicorn vibe. Next, the third one. Using the same exact method like the second one. The difference here is, after we apply the white, we use cotton bud to blend all the color together. So it creates a blurry, dreamy vibe different with the second one. Lastly, the last one. Use any color you like, but prefer more darker color. Fill up the color, then use toothpick to scratch. You can scratch any strokes or shape you want. I'm sorry, maybe it's hard to see on camera, but you should definitely try this. Now, I'm going to show you two simple drawing, which is food drawing and landscape, and you can try to create your own. The oil pastel I use is Munyo oil pastel. The color number I mentioned here will be is Munyo colors number. You can use any brand or oil pastel you prefer that have the similar color with mine. The first drawing I'll draw is peach. I always start the sketch with a beige color pencil because the color is light and the oil pastel will cover it up later, so I no need to erase the sketch. When we're sketching, we no need to go too detailed, just have the basic shape because we still can adjust the shape later when we draw with oil pastel. Next, when I want to coloring, I will decide and choose out all the colors I'm going to use in this drawing. I don't like choose the color when I'm in the process of drawing because it will make me overwhelmed and confused. So how do I know what color to use? I always will study the reference, see where is the shadow and light. The color palettes you choose should have dark, mid-tone and light. So your drawing will have more contrast and depth. If you choose only dark color, your art will end up too muddy or boring. If you choose only light color, your art will end up look too flat. And keep in mind, it's better to start with the light color as the base than dark color because it's more easier for you to adding more darker color little by little later. If you start with dark color as the base first, although it's possible to add light color, but it's more difficult to cover up the dark color. But it also depends on what drawing you create. I not always use the lightest color in all situations. Sometimes I use the mid-tone color because if you use the most lightest color as the base, it's challenging to add highlight at the end because that way the highlight will be hard to see. For example, like the peach I'm drawing, because I'm going to use white as the highlight, so I use the pale yellow, which is the lightest yellow, to paint as the base. If today my drawing's highlight is pale yellow, the shadow is dark red or brown, then I will use the mid-tone light orange or light pink, depends on what I'm drawing. I hope you get what I mean. If you're just starting out and you want something simple to follow, I actually make an oil pastel basic guide for beginners. Inside, I share some really easy techniques to get you started, plus 2 step-by-step projects, a beginner level banana drawing and a cute vibrant donut drawing. I designed them to help you practice what you just learned and build confidence with oil pastel. You can find the link in my description box below. You just have to fill in the form and submit. And I'll send you my oil pastel guide. When come to draw landscape, I usually will not apply base color. I will just draw it straight away. I prefer I apply all the color first, then do the blending all at once. And I usually start the blending with cotton bud because it's more easier to blend. Then I will use my finger to blend the color a little bit to make sure it looks natural. And extra tips for you, if you don't want to waste too many cotton bud, you can use tissue to wrap around your cotton bud tips like me, and it's like a new cotton bud again. So when we draw the moon, you can either use a white color pencil. The downside of this is not look too visible. Or you can use a white marker. The marker I use is Posca marker. Remember to shake before you use. Then you can use black color pencil to draw wire, or is it called antenna? I'm not sure. Tell me in the comment. So, your art is done. I hope this video useful for you and you have learned something from this video. Remember to get your free oil pastel basic guide at the description box, and I will create more videos like this. Tell me in the comment what do you want to learn more with oil pastel.